Welcome, Helldivers. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the spear because upon playing a couple operations, my brother seemed to tell me that the targeting system seems to be working now. So I decided to pick it up and use it for myself to see what's going on. And I want to say it seems to be much more consistent. I think the developers might have dropped a silent rework or a tweak when it comes to the targeting system. It's much more consistent when targeting Bio Titans. It's kind of more or less, useful when targeting chargers, but my one gripe about it is the fact that instead of when you have a bunch of enemies in front of you and you're trying to lock on to the bigger target, say a Bio Titan, it'll randomly prioritize a Brood Commander, which is so weird. Like, this thing should not be prioritizing medium armor. That's just what I think. I think since you're gonna give us a RNG based targeting system, which is it's ridiculous. I don't think that's a good design choice, but here we are, and here's what we have. I don't think it should be prioritizing medium armor at all over, say, heavy armor. That's it. Because you shouldn't be wasting a shell on a Brood Commander. Or the targeting system shouldn't be wasting its time like trying to heavily lock onto a Brood Commander over a Bio Titan that's literally overhead in your face. But it seems to be, you can't be too far away, you can't be too close. It should not worry about Brood Commanders. You can handle that with your regular weapons or stratagems. Now, this is not to say you should just go to the automatons and just consistently lock onto an enemy Bruce, because I treat an enemy Bruce like I treat an enemy Bruce like a charger. It's still gonna be like really iffy when it comes to that. You can consistently lock on to fabricators. You can consistently lock on to laser turrets. You can consistently lock on to the turret of a walking fabricator unit. However, I don't know how strong the tracking is when trying to lock onto an enemy gunship. I'd rather not waste my time with that, but hey, if you want to, have at it. But the targeting system, it needs far more work than it being just RNG. It should just give us a type of free aim so we can have more control over what we want to prioritize as a threat when it comes to using the spear. It should allow us to consistently lock on. Now, it had it been a better like tweak, I can't say it's gonna be an S tier weapon because of the low ammo count compared to a recoilless or hell even an autocannon. It's never gonna be S tier, especially when the damage can be iffy on this thing. I would say use it at your own discretion, heavily build around this thing, and kind of have a bit of rejoice to know that the targeting is a bit more consistent now. It gives me a little bit of hope for this new update, or this supposed big update. I'm not gonna call it that. I'm just gonna keep my expectations mid to below mid right now, because if they allow the Sandbox League to just lead again with this next update, or hell, even the next war bond, I'm not gonna be as excited. I'm not excited right now. I just want to wait, see what happens before I just get my hopes up. I hope you other Helldivers are doing the same thing. Now, here's what I suspect. I suspect that this major update, if you can call it that, is gonna drop alongside the latest war bond. It's already a new month, and we have any day now for Arrowhead to release a new trailer for the latest war bond. I'm curious what the weapons are going to be. I'm curious as to what new stratagems we're going to get, what new gear items we're going to get. I can't wait for that. Can't wait. Another thing I want to talk about is the smoke stratagem. I think it's a weapon that just sees no use. I know that there's levels to this, there's tiers. I just think smoke is just no use whatsoever. I don't think anybody's picking it. at all. Yeah, maybe you know you can see a video here and there taking the smoke with it, having a stealth build, but this is when it comes to you know team play. Or I don't even think a lot of solo people is even taking smoke. What's the point in it? I just think smoke might need some love. The smoke stratagem might need some love. Hell, even the smoke grenade needs love because it says I don't know. Maybe it breaks line of sight for enemies and allows the player to disengage. That's cool, but you cannot just out here just consistently disengage with an enemy that auto tracks to your location and you call them patrols. That's not a patrol at that point. That is a kill team. This goes for both enemy factions. What's the purpose of using smoke to disengage when they're just gonna wait and then strut right along your trail all the way back to your location? That is ridiculous. And it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be even worse with fighting automatons because automatons can call in a bot drop and they're not even engaged with you. Which is the funny, I've noticed that. I think that's really ridiculous. They can't just be out here. They can't just be out here just standing around in the open somewhere in the field and you're fighting other automatons. They're not even fighting with you. And they'll just call in a bot drop. And to make matters worse, for people that decide to use smoke, is when you think you got away and the game just magically spawns more patrols, with quotations, patrols on you, and they just auto track to your location. What's the point? What's the point? See, if you ask me, they could drop an update for how patrols work. You can have the kill team and you can have an actual patrol. Patrols aren't just patrols. Yeah, you can get past a patrol. All they're gonna do is just turn around. The Bow Titan being the Bow Titan being the number one offender when it comes to this. You may get past the patrol. You think you got away, all they'll do is just turn around to track to your location to force an engagement. How about instead of that, you can have a kill team. Like say for instance, you would determine it, you get to a objective or a side objective, everything is clear, you've been fighting your way to it, but you start to cause more ruckus, you start to cause more vibrations in the planet or in that location, and then you can get a ping from the ship from command, letting you know there's an increased enemy presence in your direction, coming in towards your direction. Okay, and then you can look on your radar and you can actually see they're coming straight for us. We have to get ready. Over say you maybe purposefully or accidentally triggered a patrol. Why not do it like that instead? That would make using smokes much more of a niche. Now, my prediction for when they are going to announce the latest war bond is going to be somewhere between the 9th and possibly the 14th, or the 9th or possibly the 14th or the 15th. So mark your calendars, look out for that. I just hope this latest war bond is going to be much more useful. It's much more engaging, much more fun. Like it drives up the player time or the concurrent count, because currently on console it's consistently sticking around 70,000, and that's concurrent players. You have to break that off into different sections of the galaxy. I applaud the Helldivers that are sticking together and actually playing the missions, playing the objective, and that's taking your time, getting on the front lines and handling the targeted planets for offense and defense. However, to the ones that are like just out there just to have fun, hey, I'm not saying not to, but have at it, have some fun. But I'm more curious to know, if we get closer to Super Earth, will we start to see complexes? Will we start to see cities, settlements, something over just flat lands? And don't get me wrong, it all looks beautiful, but I want to see some more. I want to see more colonies. I want to see something, you know. I've seen that was in the first Helldivers. I want to see that replicated in Helldivers 2. I think that would be really cool to see. Who knows? We'll just have to wait. As far as turning Meridia into a black hole, it's something eerie about that. You know, it's something very sinister about using it. I know that they're using experimental technology when it comes to this dark matter fluid. If I think that's what it's called, I just think this is just highly, that's really dangerous to do. You're messing with alien technology, and you don't really know what's going on. That lets you know their R&D department are not really that smart, since you seem to be messing with alien technology. You don't know if that's really a black hole or if that's just a doorway to let in the illuminate. You don't know. It doesn't look like a natural black hole. It's got this weird glow to it. Yeah, you're getting rid of trillions of bug spores, but you're sacrificing one evil for the sake of another evil. That's what you're doing. Hey, I'm all for it, but if it's just gonna be another alien race that steps up with just this amazing arsenal and like tech, I'm no. That's gonna be just even worse or just as worse as automatons. I can't do it. If you're just gonna be giving us sticks and stones and halfway functioning military gear, I'm not going for it. That's gonna suck. This big update has to be a hit. It has to. If you're just gonna like bring in another faction with this amazing arsenal. Or hell, maybe that just leads into that one idea of 100 years of peace is 100 years of stagnation. It's 100 years of just being comfortable and not having no enemies, so you don't innovate, you don't change, you don't seek to want to get better. That's just my thought. If you like the video, comment down below your thoughts, leave a like, hell a dislike, or even subscribe. I'm out.
Oh shit. No! Ah. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.